everyone, and welcome to this special broadcast of the International Domestic Workers Day 2020. My name is Niyama, and I'm from the International Labour Organization, and I will be one of your hosts today. I'm very happy to have with me Hamad Afifa. Hamad is from the Ministry of Administrative Development, Labour and Social Affairs. Good morning, Hamad.
Hi, good morning.
And we're also very happy to have with us today Cheryl Valientes, or Mallu as we know her, from the International Domestic Workers Federation.
Hello everyone, happy International Domestic Workers Day.
As we're all under the COVID cloud this year, we decided to move the celebrations online.
Many of you remember that we celebrated International Domestic Workers Day last year. Let's take a look back.
So we certainly had a lot of fun last year, as you can see from all the messages that we received in last year's event. And this year, we promise you an equally entertaining program, and we're very pleased to have you with us. We have music and very helpful information for domestic workers and their employers. And of course, we can't celebrate International Domestic Workers Day without a Zumba session. So all this is coming up, so please don't go away.
Yes, this is such an important day for domestic workers, not just in Qatar, but all over the world. But just what is Domestic Workers Day? Why do we celebrate it? And more importantly, why do domestic workers matter? Well, we've brought in some group of friends to tell us why. Let's hear what they have to say.
Today is International Domestic Workers Day.
On this day, we celebrate the work and contribution of millions of domestic workers around the world.
من بين هؤلاء آلاف النساء والرجال المستخدمين في الأسر لدينا في قطر.
Domestic workers play such a valuable role, supporting our families and our homes.
We clean and cook.
We wash and drive the car.
We look after the children.
We keep the garden green.
We take care of the elderly and family members with special needs.
We walk the pets and much more.
And during COVID-19 crisis, we work to keep the home and members of the household safe and healthy.
في هذا اليوم الخاص دعونا نتعرف على مساهمات العمال المنزليين طوال العام لأننا ماذا سنفعل من دونهم.
اليوم هو أيضا فرصة لنتذكر أهمية حقوق العمالة المنزلية.
Domestic workers need regular breaks and a weekly paid day off.
Wages paid on time every month.
To communicate with family back home and friends here in Qatar.
And protective equipment so that they can work safely.
It is also important for employers to help domestic workers open bank accounts,
so they can more easily send money home using online apps and services.
وأن تهتم بحقوقهم وصحتهم.
So on this day, let us thank you to all the domestic workers in Qatar and around the world.
Happy International Domestic Workers Day.
That was amazing. We want to give a big thank you to everyone for being part of this message. And now, over to you, Hamad.
As we heard, domestic workers play a very important role supporting families all over the world. Yet it's so important to remember that they are employees and they have rights. Here in Qatar, the domestic workers law was introduced in 2017. understanding rights and responsibility can sometimes be difficult. For this reason, the Ministry and ILO, they made this video to help explain. Let's play it and see what you think.
إذا كنت موظفا لدى إحدى العائلات في قطر للعمل في المنزل، إذن لديك حقوق وعليك واجبات، وهي مدرجة في القانون رقم 15 لعام 2017 والمعروف بقانون المستخدمين في المنازل. من المهم أن تفهم هذه الحقوق والواجبات وتعرف إلى أين تذهب للحصول على المساعدة والمشورة في حال احتجت إلى أي منهما. من المهم أن تتذكر أنه لا ينبغي عليك دفع أي رسوم أو تكاليف للحصول على وظيفة. لا يمكن لوكيل التوظيف مطالبتك بأي مدفوعات. يجب عليك وعلى صاحب العمل التوقيع على العقد قبل المباشرة في العمل. إذا كنت في بلد فيه مركز لتأشيرات قطر، ينبغي عليك توقيع عقد إلكتروني قبل المجيء إلى قطر. من المهم جدا أن تفهم بنود التعاقد. اطلب من أحد أصدقائك أن يساعدك في الشرح إذا لزم الأمر. يجب أن تستلم نسخة موقعة من عقد العمل. التقط صورة للعقد حتى لا تضيع. لديك الحق بالاحتفاظ بجواز سفرك. قد يحتاج صاحب العمل إلى جواز سفرك عندما تباشر العمل لإصدار هويتك القطرية أو تجديدها، ولكن يجب عليه إعادته بمجرد الانتهاء من المعاملات المطلوبة. في المنزل يجب أن يوفر لك صاحب العمل غرفة ومأكلا مناسبين. لا يمكن أن تفرض عليك أي رسوم أو تخصم أي أموال من راتبك مقابل ذلك. يجب أن يذكر راتبك الشهري في عقد العمل. لديك الحق في الحصول على المبلغ المذكور في العقد كل شهر أو بحلول اليوم الثالث من الشهر التالي على أقصى تقدير. يجب أن لا تعمل أكثر من 10 ساعات في اليوم، ولكن تذكر أن ذلك لا يتضمن استراحات العبادة أو الراحة أو تناول الطعام. لديك الحق في يوم عطلة أسبوعي كامل مدفوع الأجر. يحق لك الحصول على راحة تامة من العمل في يوم عطلتك إلا إذا وافقت على العمل في ذلك اليوم. تحدث إلى صاحب العمل عند بدء العمل إذا كنت تريد قضاء يوم عطلتك خارج المنزل. إذا شعرت بالمرض، أخبر صاحب العمل مباشرة. يتحمل صاحب العمل مسؤولية توفير أي رعاية طبية قد تحتاجها على نفقته. ينبغي كذلك على صاحب العمل استخراج بطاقة صحية لك دون أن تتحمل أي رسوم. يحق لك الحصول على 3 أسابيع إجازة مدفوعة الأجر كل عام. تناقش مع صاحب العمل متى تريد أخذ الإجازة. إذا لم تأخذ إجازتك السنوية بالكامل، يمكنك الاحتفاظ بها للعام التالي. بعد العمل مع صاحب العمل لمدة 2 عام، يحق لك الحصول على تذكرة سفر للعودة إلى بلدك.
يتكفل صاحب العمل بدفع ثمن التذكرة بالكامل إذا كنت ترغب بمغادرة البلد. يمكنك القيام بذلك في أي وقت، لكن ينبغي عليك إبلاغ صاحب العمل بذلك قبل 72 ساعة على الأقل. يمكنك القيام بذلك شفهيا أو كتابيا.
وفي نهاية فترة التعاقد يحق لك أيضا الحصول على مكافأة نهاية الخدمة إذا عملت لأكثر من 1 عام كامل. يتم حساب مكافأة نهاية الخدمة بمقدار أجر 3 أسابيع عن كل عام خدمة. من المهم أن تتذكر أنه يحق لك إنهاء التعاقد. يمكنك القيام بذلك إذا لم يحترم صاحب العمل بنود العقد أو القانون. إذا خدعك صاحب العمل أو وكيل التوظيف بشأن شروط التعاقد. إذا قام صاحب العمل أو أي من أفراد أسرته بإيذائك جسديا، أو إذا كان مكان العمل خطيرا ويهدد حياتك وصحتك. ولكن لا تنس أنه يحق لصاحب العمل أيضا إنهاء عقدك إذا لم تقم بواجباتك الوظيفية المتفق عليها في العقد، أو إذا خالفت القوانين. إذا كنت بحاجة إلى مساعدة أو مزيد من المعلومات، اتصل بوزارة التنمية الإدارية والعمل والشؤون الاجتماعية على الرقم 16008. تذكر أنك تتمتع بحقوق، وأننا هنا لمساعدتك.
I hope you enjoyed the video and that it helped explain the rights and responsibilities of domestic workers and their employers in Qatar. The video is available in English and Arabic, but we're also translating it into many different languages.
We have also produced a helpful booklet to explain the domestic workers' rights. It's covered topics including accommodation, health, food, working hours, getting paid, day off, and much more. At the moment, the booklet is available in English and Arabic, but we hope to make it available in other languages soon. You can find it on the ministry website. If you are employer of domestic workers, the ministry has published a helpful guide for you too.
It provides lots of useful information for employers, including how to recruit a domestic worker and how to manage their tasks and working hours. It also covers creating good working conditions, as well as how to build a successful relationship with your domestic worker. This booklet is also available in English and Arabic on the ministry's website.
It's now time to change the tempo a little. We all know that the domestic workers are talented, So what a better way to celebrate the International Domestic Workers Day, but to hear some song and some music. So we have a couple of performers lined up for you. First up, we have Miss Marites Ballesta from the Philippines. She has been working as a nanny for 3 years here in Qatar, and she just loves to sing. Here she is, singing for us a Filipino tune, a very famous one, Taksil. Take it away, Marites.
Wala sa isip ko na ito'y gagawin mo. Pagmamahal sa isa't isa'y inyong paglaruan. Di ko akalaing ako'y pagtagsilan ng abang puso mong langit kong minahal. Taksil ka man sa sumpa mo, kailangan kita sa piling ko. Kailangan ko'y pag-ibig mo. Kailangan kita sa buhay ko. Taksil ka man sa sumpa mo, kailangan kita sa piling ko. Kailangan ko'y pag-ibig mo. Kailangan kita sa buhay ko. Ako ba'y nagkasala? Sa'yo ba'y nagkulang? Kaligayahang dulot ko'y di mo ba nakamtan? Di ka ba nang hinayang sa pusong nilayuan? Dinggin mo, mahal ko, ang damdaming nasaktan. Taksil ka man sa sumpa mo, kailangan kita sa piling ko. Kailangan ko'y pag-ibig mo. Kailangan kita sa buhay ko. Taksil ka man sa sumpa mo, kailangan kita sa piling ko. kailangan ko'y pag-ibig mo. Kailangan kita sa buhay ko. Taksil ka man sa sumpa mo. Kailangan kita sa piling ko. Kailangan ko'y pag-ibig mo. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Miss Marites, for the wonderful performance. Now we have another great performance coming up that you don't want to miss. But first, let's turn to relationships.
Thank you, Mallu. We all know that a successful relationship takes understanding, patience, and effort. And the relationship between a domestic worker and an employer is no different. It's very difficult to come to a new place where everything is different and to be able to fit into the flows and rhythms of a household. So we asked Rosario Dano, or Chinks as she's known, a domestic worker from the Philippines, and Hanan Abdul Rahman, an employer of a domestic worker, to find out what the secret of a successful employment relationship is. So let's hear from them now.
Ching, I have the first question to you, which is, where are you from and how long have you been working in Qatar?
I'm from the Philippines and I've been working here in Qatar for almost 80 years now.
Why did you decide to come to work in Qatar, and what was the biggest challenge you faced?
I decided to work in Qatar so I can provide a better future for my family and for myself. The challenge is being away from my family for a long time and not being there during special occasions like birthday, Christmas, and etc. And getting acquainted with the new culture that the country and my employers were challenges too, but in an exciting way, of course. When recruiting a domestic worker, what is the best way to find the right person that the relationship is a success?
I think the most important thing is to focus on the skills and previous experiences, because every person has different purpose behind like recruiting a domestic worker in the house. If you were going to give one or two suggestions to an employer like me to ensure I have a successful relation with my domestic worker, what would it be?
Always treat your domestic worker right, like how you would treat your family member, because she shares same roof with you and serve your family for 2 years. Grant your domestic workers rights, especially their day off. Of course, they really need it. We really need day off, of course. And keep an open communication with each other as promotes harmony in the relationship.
That's really great. And I think most importantly is like sticking with, I think the law states they're supposed to work only for 10 hours per day.
For you, how can we create a positive working relationship between employers and domestic workers?
A positive environment, I think, as you say, actually, which is like a relation based on respecting each other and providing the worker with like whatever rights they're supposed to have. And more importantly is communication, with each other, because after all, like communicating with each other, it solves lots of like, let's say, problems. We get to know each other, which is another problems that might occur later on.
What one piece of advice would you give to an employer looking to hire domestic workers for the first time?
I think most importantly, do have a look on the laws that organize each party's like rights and responsibilities before like recruiting a domestic worker, to ensure that you are not really like taking over, or like you have like imbalanced relationship with your domestic worker, to also ensure that you're providing your domestic worker with all the necessary rights and basic rights as much as you can. And most importantly, do have a conversation with your domestic worker as much as possible to just break the ice between the two, to make it easier for both parties to talk to each other and understand each other. Jing, let me ask you this question. What do you prefer to do in your day off?
Spend my day off like going out with my friends, having coffee, and attending some seminars with the Bayanihan Qatars for, of course, to enhance our knowledge with our rights as a domestic workers here in Qatar, and hang out with my relatives also here in Qatar.
And how you are spending it now during COVID-19?
I just spend it at home, indoors, chatting with my family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
So to stay connected with them.
In regards to my opinion, with like domestic workers having a day off outside the house is it's a very essential thing that every domestic worker should have. Ching, I have a question, which is what one phrase would you like your employer to learn in Tagalog, which is I think the dialects in Philippine language.
Oh yeah. Well, the one phrase I would like my employer to learn is the word salamat po. This means thank you.
Salamat po. I
Yeah.
think it's thank you or welcome,
Yeah,
right?
it means thank you because it means a lot to any person or worker to hear it, and like it brings joy in our heart.
Yeah, that's great.
We know that our employers appreciate our hard work, our effort for working with them, with their family. So that's mean a lot to us Filipinos.
Yeah, that's great.
A big thank you, Chinks and Hanan, for sharing with us such valuable insight. Okay, it's time now for some more music. Malu, tell us what we can look forward to next.
Well, I have been really looking forward to this second performer. I'd like to introduce you to Miss Fatuma from Kenya. Miss Fatuma has been working in Qatar for 6 years now, and to sing for us her original song, I Love Qatar. Let's hear it from Miss Fatuma.
Ni furaha yangu kuu kuwa miongoni mwa wafanyikazi wa Qatar. Yeah, I love you Qatar yangu kuu kuwa miongoni mwa wafanyikazi wa Qatar. Yeah, I love you Qatar. I would like to wish all the domestic workers of this country happy International Domestic Workers Day to all. I love you and I like you, the people and the state of Qatar.
Thank you, Fatuma. That was great. We really love your positive attitude and your infectious smile. Okay, viewers, we all know that singing and music is a great way to release stress, and it's especially important during these difficult COVID-19 days. But it's also important to be physically active and to find time every day for a little bit of exercise.
Yes, it's both good for the mind and body. So this is what we've all been waiting for. It's exercise time, it's Zumba time.
Hello everybody. As we all know, we're experiencing COVID-19 and most of us are staying at our home. It's very important to be fit and healthy. So come and join with me. Let's do some dance and Zumba fitness. Let's go! Mark. Great job.
Well, I really hope that you enjoyed that Zumba session and it really got your heart pumping. Malu, did you enjoy it?
Yes, that was wonderful. We should be doing it every day. And that brings us to an end for this special show to mark the International Domestic Workers Day.
Thank you all for joining us. If you have some questions, you can contact the ministry, and don't forget you have rights, and we are here to help.
Well, thank you very much for being with us today, and we really hope we can see you in person next year. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes.
And
thank
goodbye.
you. Goodbye and
Bye.
stay safe.
Thank you.